So Atypical
Yeah.
season 3, we binged that, and we did that like I think in 2 sittings. Like one time we watched like the first half, and then we watched the second half, and it's about this autistic kid, like literally autistic. And we said I think we concluded first season was cringe, and the second season was better in every little way. And the third season, I feel I don't think it was better. I think it kind of went a bit overboard with the progressiveness.
Yeah, I'd probably put it between one and two. Like, there's some things on there, like that whole aspect. I never liked that whole like forced, like it just felt forced with the one character, the female character. I think it was to make her more unique because she almost felt like a Meg character in the first season, like where it's just kind of like just some angsty random teenage girl. And now it's just like, why is she doing this? And she's like, it kind of does bring up some sort of you know issues. Like, I don't know if you watch like with Gracie and Frankie or whatever. It's like, I don't
I've
really
heard of
care
that.
for. Like, I think I saw it before. It's kind of bullshit. Like the two like people whose husbands fell in love with each other when they were in like retirement age or something. And it's like it kind of makes it. It kind of begs the question, like, how are you supposed to react when like your loved one is cheating on you with the member of the same sex?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's just such a weird sort of modern fucking thing. It's like, and I just never really liked that with that character because she had much other stuff they could have looked into, like the dynamic of growing up with a brother who
Yeah.
has autism.
Yeah.
That could be a whole show in itself, and that's a good story that is not really being told by the media. And they should have went more into that, how that's
Yeah.
affected her personal life, but instead of delving into those sort of questions and philosophical arguments and how the interactions between her and her parents are when your brother has to like require so much assistance.
Well, I think
Instead they just like force her into this like lesbian relationship and
I
just
think it's
kind of.
becoming a crutch in storytelling. It's an easy way to pull your emotions and to kind of like add some sort of conflict into it when in reality like we all kind of knew like okay, they're developing this and they're going to go in this direction because they're not just going to be like, oh, she's got feels for the same gender and they're just going to throw it out the window and she's going to stay with her boyfriend. By the way, we're going to go into spoilers now, obviously. But obviously they're going to develop it to that point. They did, and he broke up with her. I mean, maybe something will happen next season. I don't know, where things change course, but it's a predictable, cheap plot line now, and I like you said, could have been more interesting. And the cuck dad, I don't think they resolved. Oh no, they did file for the divorce, right? I think they did.
Well, no, but I thought the end he ended up like not going to that meeting or whatever, bang the black lady who was like his daughter. He's like
Oh, that's right. They came
son's.
back together, didn't they?
Yeah, and they end up like wrecking well, not really wrecking, but fucking up the car.
That's right. Yeah, I forgot that because it didn't make fucking any sense because he's doing all this shit with the black lady. He took her to a concert and all these other things, and at the end of it, he's like, "Well, I'm gonna stick with my wife now. that cheated on me, and I'm about to cheat on her, but hey, everything's cool now because reasons."
Yeah, and just as an FYI for people out there, the cuck dad, you can get him to say things for $150 on the internet.
On Cameo, yeah.
Yeah, go to Cameo, make him go and like if you go want to spend some bucks. I mean, I hate the guy like as an actor.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, as a person because
He's a
he
dick.
likes to get very political.
Yeah, he hates Alex
But
Jones
he's
and
kind
Trump.
of he plays a cuckold, like a leftist cuckold.
A literal
So
cuckold.
and it kind of makes me wonder too. It's like how the fuck in that series are they able to afford as much shit as they do? Because like the dude's a fucking first
EMT.
responder.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's like a what was it like a
He's
what's the term
EMT.
for that? Yeah, an EMT, and they live in like this big ass fucking house in like like Massachusetts, Maine or something. And the houses ain't cheap there, and they live within a like a bus line, so it's got to be a pretty expensive location for having that nice of a house. Like, how the fuck is he able to afford all that on an EMT side?
Yeah,
Like
and the
that's just
wife isn't
unrealistic.
working. She's not doing shit. She's just
Yeah,
sitting at home, crying, drinking wine.
yeah, like God, I just she just makes her character seem almost like unredeemable.
Yeah. Like,
Like
what
at
likable
least
trait
with
does she have?
like all those characters in there kind of bullshit, but I mean, like I don't think that season was all like I liked it in the first season 'cause it does humanize like who was it? Sam. He's like he is growing like into more realistic sort of depiction of what autism like highly functioning autism looks like. Like he's not a monster in this one like he was in the first season where he would just have
Hmm.
like spaz attacks and flip out. And
Yeah.
like, he's actually dealt with like human emotion in this one, like with his friend Zahid.
They haven't
He
getting
kind of
pussy
gets
whipped.
pussy whipped
Yep.
by this one girl, like pretty hardcore. And you know, that's like a big arc of this one. I feel like that kind of was more extended than it should have been.
Mm.
I felt like it dragged on a little bit long, but it was an interesting aspect in like him going to college. And they could have had a discussion of like college not being right for everyone.
Yeah.
I don't think they wanted to go that direction because
That's
his
political.
girlfriend, she ends up being socially ostracized at college. Like you'd think she'd be so great, she is this powerful woman. It's sort of like that red pill and the blue pill. She really isn't. She proclaims to be this strong woman, but she's really pretty weak when
Yeah.
she's outside of her support zone.
And
She's
did
probably
they
one of the weakest characters because she just has an emotional breakdown, like resorts to buy like, typical, stereotypical woman just going on like a fucking credit card spending spree.
And they didn't really resolve entirely that sort of stuff because I think it's been a bit since we've seen this, so I'm sorry if I'm forgetting things, but I think at the end of it, she's not going to any colleges or anything.
I think she might go to where Sam's going to. I don't know if they resolved that, but I know Sam's to be living on. So that would be an interesting sort of situation. He's going to be rooming with Zahid. I think the Sam arc's actually going in a direction that I find. Like, I kind of like that sort. How's that going to work out with him in college?
Yeah.
I don't like the sister arc, where she's this like athlete star and, she's got this like lesbian relationship going on and, she's still kind of talking to her ex-boyfriend. And then her ex-boyfriend's kind of like,
A
going to
bum.
become an EMT himself.
Yeah, he was a bum and then
That's
like he
kind of
gets a
where
job.
he had a bit like I kind of liked how he sort of went from kind of like a bum to where he's actually trying to do something now.
Yeah.
Like honestly, he's probably one of the most likable characters out there. Because you really kind of feel for him after you see what his parents, or his dad was doing to him. Like of all the characters there, like really the only one kind of likable would probably be Sam. I kind of feel for his girlfriend, although it just seems so fake. Like why is she with this like autistic guy? Like you never really understand why she really like. Is it still some sort of like science experiment? Like she just
Yeah.
kind of feels fake. But I feel like Sam, like he's kind of feeling realistic, and the ex-boyfriend feels a bit realistic. So he just kind of seems like stereotypical, like sort of like if you ever seen what was that show with Aziz Ansari and Amy Poehler in it? Fucking
Parks and
with the
Recreation.
what?
Parks
Yeah,
and Recreation.
Yeah. Like the fucking Indian guy in there kind of feel in Atypical almost feels like fucking Aziz Ansari's character in Parks and Rec. Like
Yeah.
he's that sort of like trying to be this like chick magnet, like Indian dude, sort of thing.
Well, another thing
Like,
too with like the cheating shit. Let's not forget, like with the lesbian relationship with Casey and Izzy. Remember when Izzy and Casey go to that one party, and then Izzy starts like making out with this one dude,
yeah.
and she's
Yeah,
like
she
fine
says
with
that.
It's like nothing comes of that. Like she's mad at her for a bit, but like gets over it. I'm like, what the fuck?
I don't know. I mean, that's a weird sort of situation. I don't know. I don't know how lesbian relationships work. Maybe that's realistic. Maybe it's not. I don't know if it's like
But it felt weird
it's
because
not considered cheating if it's not like the same gender. I mean, some people might feel that way.
But they
That's
already like kissed and they were sort of becoming a thing, and then they're at this party and she sees her like, grinding on this one dude and then like makes out with him. And she's mad at her for a bit and then they get over it. I'm like, I just didn't get that. It just didn't seem logical in any way. And then yeah, like I said, the Indian guy's like acting like this chick magnet all the time, and that his girlfriend. I know he like that she stole shit from the store, and I don't.
dude. She was like a fucking like she was like literally a dumpster girl. Like, why the fuck? Well, I guess he really can't get any actual ladies, and he's
Yeah.
probably overcompensating, so he goes for the first thing they'll hump on him.
But then you have Sam's girlfriend, who is this fucking like, she seems so fake. There's something off with her. She's so fake. She's like this feminist, this super progressive woman, and she's all gets angry over little shit or shit that doesn't go her way. And I'm thinking, like, she's using this kid. This girl is crazy. There's no way she genuinely likes him. And they had sex.
Really?
Remember that? They had sex.
Yeah, I remember that. They finally did it after 3 seasons. He finally lost his virginity.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like in the next season, they need to kind of delve into why she,
with him?
where her real feelings are coming from. Because it just
Yeah.
kind of feels fake. Like, they never really talk about her home life, honestly. And I imagine that probably has something to do with it.
Yeah.
Maybe her parents or something had... Maybe I don't know. Like, why would you go for someone like, they say he's like mildly autistic, but like at least in the first season, he seemed pretty severe, where he just have tantrums all the time. Like, why? What is she really? Not saying that's impossible, but it just doesn't seem natural with that.
Right.
But I don't know. Like, it's just, I mean that season kind of left me. A lot of things I didn't like it, but it felt better than the first season where it was just like just so much shit being. I mean, this one had a lot of shit being thrown at you, but some of it made sense at least, and at least they didn't treat Sam like he was like a fucking monster in this one.